Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today on today's show for Dream Talk. Today, as I said at the end of the last show, I wanted to talk about futuristic dreams, and if any of you guys have had any. I'll share one in particular that I had. I have it written down. I don't remember the exact date that I had this one, but I would indeed consider it a futuristic dream. Get a little closer. So the dream starts with me being in a busy street. I was dressed in all black. It looked like it was leather, it was very form-fitting, a lot like, I guess you'd have to say like the Matrix, like Trinity from the Matrix, how the kind of clothing she wore when she was doing all this crazy, levitation and parkour and stuff. So yeah, that's what I was dressed in, from head to toe, all black, leather, form-fitting, and I was walking around through the street. There's a lot of chaos going on, flying cars in the air, and then someone started shooting at me, and I didn't know what to do, and some black guy came up to me. He was dressed similar to how I was dressed, bald head, and he said to me, "Why don't you just fly?" And I'm like, yeah, why didn't I think of that? Hello, it's a dream, go ahead and do it. So when he said that, I levitated off the ground, and then I got high enough into the air to where I was horizontal, kind of like the whole Superman deal where Superman puts his arms out and he's horizontally flying in the air. And this is just there's so much stuff going on in this dream. And as I was flying in the air, I was taking in the atmosphere as far as the weather conditions. It was totally clear, blue skies, no clouds at all. But it was just crazy hectic, with all kinds of, I guess you'd have to say, police patrolling in the air. Like, no, you didn't see any cars driving around on the streets. It was just people in flying cars in the air. And there was a lot of commotion. And as I was flying in the air, someone started shooting at me. And I could see it in my mind what they were using to shoot at me. I couldn't visually see it. And it was like a really long, I'm not really good with guns, even though I was in the military for that short period of time, but I guess you could compare it to maybe, I don't know, a bazooka. I don't know. It was thick and big, and it was black, and it was like huge, and the person was shooting it at me. And the funny thing is that like the bullets were just missing me, just going right past my ear, and I just kept going, kept flying, and it was a high intensity dream. My adrenaline was pumping. After the flying scene, I remember jumping from building to building, doing parkour. I mean, I was good as a squirrel, and squirrels are the best at parkour. But yeah, it was a very, I don't know if interesting is the correct word to describe it, but it was like a dream that left me feeling like, not necessarily this precognitive, but that we have more powers than we realize. Let's just put it that way. I think that we're so dumbed down as far as the human potential, excuse me, and all that we can do. And so it's hard for us to fathom ourselves getting off the ground and flying into the air. I think with dreams, futuristic dreams too, but dreams in general, they show us that we're capable of more than we realize that we can do. That it felt so real. It felt like I was at some point like controlling the dream. It became a lucid dream. Once that guy showed up, and it's like he was a guide giving me confidence to continue to go forward no matter who's trying to stop me. So this dream can be both futuristic, symbolic, and paranormal. So, or would you call it supernatural? With the levitation and the flying. What do you guys think, supernatural, paranormal? But if you think about it, these dreams, I'm sure a lot of you have had these dreams before, else, you're probably not going to watch this really, not be that interested in it, but these dreams are there to help you, remind you of your potential, remind you of how powerful you are, how strong you are, and why you're here. So, like I say every time, write those dreams down, write them down. If you can, even if you're tired, try to write it down. Even if you write down just a tidbit of a dream that you can remember. Even if during the daytime you start getting little bits and pieces of a dream, I like to have a little piece of paper out and just to write down things in just in case that happens, So, yeah, have you guys had a futuristic dream? For me, those kind of dreams are very inspiring. They lift me out of the muck of daily, everyday, mundane, walking around in the world on Earth kind of existence, and kind of gives me, what would I say? Not just inspiration, but inspiration, motivation. It opens my mind up to think in a different way and to see this world as more than just in 3D. So I hope you guys enjoyed this show and me talking about it. Next show, I want to bring out some books that have really helped me thus far about dreams specifically, and I want to talk to you about them, and maybe you might look into finding them yourself and seeing if they help you. Alright, thank you everybody for joining me. Thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. So tune in for next week's show. Peace.